Hey guys and gals, Alish here from GainMediaLab.com. Welcome to my exciting world of live audio mixing. A while back I did a video where I gave advice to DJs from a sound engineer's point of view. In this video we will do the same thing but for singers. So if you are a singer wanting to know more about the sound engineering process, or if you are a sound engineer that wants to be more effective in their communication with singers, check out the following tips. Let's go! Tip number 1, hold the microphone by the microphone's body. Somebody somewhere a long time ago decided that it was okay to hold the microphone by the head and that particular position looks so much cooler. And you can still see that today with the majority of rappers and metal singers and just about everybody who wants to look more aggressive on stage. That's the trick though. It might look more aggressive, but it sounds way worse. The shape of the microphone head is designed in such a way that it provides directivity to the microphone, making it pick up sound from the front and reject it from the sides and the back, depending on the microphone type. By holding the microphone by its head, you lose all that delicious directivity, make the sound of the microphone much more prominent in the annoying mid-range, and make the microphone more prone to feedback. Unfortunately, there is no magic button on my audio console to make this better. Sure, I can fiddle with the knobs and mask this out a bit, cut out some of the most annoying frequencies, but if the sound is distorted and mangled at the input, there is no amount of fiddling with the knobs that will make it sound as good as it could be if you just stopped cupping the mic. And if you think I'm exaggerating this point, just listen to these sound examples. I'm using the same microphone, singing the same song, and I'm not changing anything else but the position of the hand. Why am I falling when everyone else knows how to fly? Why am I falling when everyone else knows how to fly? When I hold the microphone by the microphone's body, the sound is clear and present. When I start cupping the mic though, it becomes mid-rangey, distorted, and aggressive. Tip number 2. Learn how the distance of the microphone from your mouth affects your sound and use it to your advantage. Most of handheld microphones out there, regardless of their brand and type, are meant to be held about 2 to 3 centimeters or about an inch away from your mouth. Moving the microphone further away from you will make the microphone sound more thin because a lot of the low-end frequencies are getting lost. Alternatively, when you move the microphone really close to your lips, you get a much more prominent boost in the low frequencies. This phenomenon is known as the proximity effect. As a sound engineer, I would ideally like to have the distance between the microphone and your mouth as consistent as possible, so I can have the sound of your vocal tuned in with great precision. I am also aware that during a live performance, that is something that is not going to happen. But by being aware of the microphone's position relative to your mouth, you're basically helping me place your vocal on top of the mix and keeping it there. Once you have that down, you can experiment with creating deliberate vocal effects by changing the distance from the mic, like getting really close for whispers or moving further away for airy, distant soundscapes. These movements can be really minimal, and it will still have quite an effect on your sound. Tip number 3, if you want to be really effective during soundcheck, sing into the microphone consistently, even if you can't hear yourself. I still have major issues with singers approaching the microphone during soundcheck saying, check 1, 2, and because they don't hear anything, they step away and wait. While I rarely ask a singer to step up to the mic without having at least some levels ready for them, in situations where there is a lot of time constraint and we are trying to move as quickly as possible, that is not always an option. If you want to help out your sound engineer during soundcheck, when you're asked to check your microphone, just step up to the mic and start singing one of the songs from the set. Keep singing with the same loudness, attack, and attitude that you will use during your performance. Having the same content during the soundcheck allows me to set the input gain on the console correctly, to set all of the dynamic processing correctly, adjust the EQ correctly, and also set your monitoring level to your desire. I can't do that efficiently if I don't have the proper input, or in this case, you singing into the microphone the same way as you will during your set. So, choose a song beforehand, sing it as you would during a show, and don't get scared even if you can't hear anything. Keep singing until I tell you to stop. Here's an added tip. When you hear yourself from either the PA system or the monitors, raise your hand, letting me know that you need more of yourself in the monitors. I will start raising the levels until you give me the OK sign. That will cut down the sound check time even more. Tip number 4. Figure out potential feedback situations and try to avoid them. I've already mentioned that microphones tend to be directional, meaning that they pick up sound most prominently from the front. Pointing that front of the microphone away from any elements of the PA system can greatly reduce the possibility of feedback. So not pointing your microphone directly at the monitor wedge would be a great place to start. The same rule applies to any front fill speakers, side fill speakers, or any other speaker that is being used for your show. So just take a moment during soundcheck to look around and determine what your potential feedback sources might be. By being aware of them and moving either yourself or the microphone away from them can ensure that we don't have any feedback issues during the show. A bonus tip? In-ear earphones that you have taken out of your ear can also be a potential feedback source. If you are using IEMs, be aware that they can become a potential issue when you take out one of your earpieces. And the last tip for today, train yourself for lower monitoring levels. Reducing stage volume is something that helps a sound engineer immensely when shaping a live sound performance. So I suggest that you start with the lowest possible monitoring level, where you can still discern all of the timing and pitch information that you need. That way, you help me get a more detailed sound with less bleed from the monitors, less chance of feedback, and more punch, since your signal is not being masked by a lot of the ambient sound. If you deliberately start your sound check and your set with lower monitoring levels, it can give us a better starting point to get a better overall sound. Keep repeating that mental exercise and see how much you can actually reduce your monitoring levels while still feeling comfortable and confident on stage. That's it for this episode. If you like the content, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my website gainmedialab.com for even more content. As always, take care and mix great shows. Bye.